Hey guys, how are we doing? So I've been getting loads of questions recently about my lighting setup, and I wanted to do a quick video just telling you about what I use and how I get away without not using a dyno on my adventures and generally my exploration and records and all the stuff that I love to do. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the front light, the rear light, and then the accessories that make this setup really good. So the first thing is the front light. So this is a Cateye Volt 400, and there is a big range of these. So you've got the 800, you've got the 200, the 500 XC. Cateye do offer plenty of different lights, but I like the 400 for a couple of reasons. First one is the beam angle is very good on Cateye lights, so you don't need phenomenal lumens. Like if you go onto Amazon, it's like, oh, 3,000 lumens, it'll last you 18 days. It's BS, guys. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but don't be the idiot that buys a £20 setup and then it breaks and then is stuck in the middle of a mountain range somewhere with no lights, riding dangerous. So the Volt 400, it has a couple of different modes. Let's just run through them. So you have flashing constant. This is what I'd use in a city at night time. Then just got flashing, so if I don't feel safe in the day, then I'll just put a flashing light on. High beam, medium, low beam. So what I normally use when I'm racing is low beam. It is bright enough. The angle is so good on these that cars see you, you can see enough in front of you. It is phenomenal. So this is the battery. They're all detachable, which makes this a really good product, and you're going to see why in a second. It does actually have a rear light on the back, so this light is actually helmet mountable as well, so you can be like, yeah, there you go, looking cool and stuff. I don't mount it on a helmet, I actually mount mine on the front of my bike, but we're going to come into that a little bit later. So then on top of that, yeah, like I say, this is the 2500 milliamp battery with the light on the back. The duration on this is very good. So on the low beam, which I'll be using, you're going to get roughly around 12 hours out of that. 12 hours. That's a long time, guys. It's a really good amount of time for your lighting setup to last. 12 hours. Charge time, 3 hours. Phenomenal, guys. That's really, really good. We're going to come back to that. Let's talk about the rear lights. So the rear lights, I use the Cateye Wearablexes. So they come with loads of different options. You can see here, loads of different flashing settings. There's a couple I want to talk about. So if you're using the really high-powered stuff, like you're using that, then you're going to get a few hours out of it. If you're using the kind of nice low ones like this, which are still at night time, very bright, you're going to get 32 hours out of that. Yes, that is correct. This one you get about 20. You can see these have had a vigorous testing by me. So you're probably going to ask me why one has a clip on the back and the other doesn't. This one I wear on me myself. I put it onto the back of my jersey. This one I attach to the bike. Important to run 2 rear lights, guys. These, what I really like about these Wearablexes is they weigh nothing. They're about 40 grams, guys. That is nothing. And the best thing about that is also because they're light and they weigh nothing, that means they've got a small battery. Even though it lasts, it's a very small battery, so they only take 2 hours to charge each. Very impressive. But what makes this setup really phenomenal is the accessories. So this is another Cateye battery, but this is a different one. So here's a little trick I want to tell you. I haven't really run this by Cateye. I've never really wanted to ask them the question, but in the Volt 800 you can buy a spare battery in the Volt 800 range. So I actually have a Volt 800 here. Actually, this is my old light, and as you can see, it's really different. Doesn't have the light on the back, but anyway, it runs a bigger battery. It runs a 3,100 milliamp if I'm correct, or 3,000. So it's actually a bigger battery compared to what you'd normally get on a standard Volt 400. So by using one of these, you can get 17 hours on that low setting. Tried and tested many, many times, guys. 17 hours. If you had like 2 of those batteries, it's like 3 days riding. Yep, you heard me straight. That's like 3 days in the dark. On top of that, you can even buy a charge port. And do you know what I really love about this charge port? You have, your standard kind of USB charge fitment. I'm not sure which they call this one. I think it's yeah, anyway. And then you can actually switch it around and you can charge your phone and your Garmin off your lighting as well. How cool is that? It's very cool, I know. So let's talk about price and weight, and let's just tie it in with like a dyno system. So firstly, price. This comes in around £60. And then the battery comes in around 20, the charge port around 15, so that is 95. Wearaplexes about £20 each, so 40, £135. Weight of the actual whole setup itself, you know, I reckon there's, I haven't got my scales on me, but I reckon here you're looking at about 300 grams altogether, so it's not very much at all by far. On top of that, you've got to think about like a dyno setup as well. So with dynos, you know, let's talk about price of a dyno and weight of a dyno. So the first thing is, a dyno is going to be, it's quite heavy on the hub, but it's not as heavy as this setup. So you buy your dyno, you need to get the wheel built, and then if you want it in a decent wheel and all the time it takes for someone to build that, you're going to be about £400 or £500. It's a lot of money. And you're getting resistance on your wheels as well. So, you know, this is why I'm not a dyno fan. Me, personally, I like to use separate lights because it means I can use racing wheels. So I run Dura-Ace wheels. You know, I'm quick. You know, I know I'm a fast rider because I don't have resistance at night time on my bike. It makes it easy, guys. I don't use a dyno. So, personally, if you're looking for an awesome setup, runs on lights, cheap and cheerful, and it's safe, these for me have been in -8 temperature, they've been in torrential rainstorms, they've been in snow, and yeah, I've never had a single problem. Full #TrustTheCat. So guys, if you're looking for a really awesome setup, please feel free to leave any comments. Make sure you subscribe as well, and yeah, let us know what you think.